Welcome to our Yin class. Today we will explore our Yin side of us. We spend the day in our Yang energy and we arrive in the evening to settle down in our Yin energy. Yin is a cooling energy. It targets deeper tissues, whereas Yang is about movement, is about our muscle. In Yin, we don't want to use our muscle, so our muscles are going to be relaxed and we're going to target our joints and our deeper tissues, even our bones. So let's close the eyes. Let's start bringing the mind here. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out with your mouth. And inhale with your nose. And exhale with your mouth. And again, inhale with your nose and with your mouth. We're gonna do a square breathing technique. So we're gonna inhale on a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale on a count of 4, hold empty on a count of 4, and then again we're gonna inhale on a count of 4. We're gonna do this for 4 times, and then we're gonna try to increase it to 6. So inhale and exhale completely. And we inhale on a count of 4, hold, and exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And now we're going to try on a count of 6. So inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. And release. Breathe on your own rhythm again. And just feel the effect on your mind. We often bring control on the breath in yoga and in meditation because it allows our mind to focus there and to keep the focus and not wander away, because that's the nature of the mind, is to wander away. So whenever it does, we just bring it back to our breath. You can trick the mind by doing exercises, or you can, hi Barbara, or you can just trick the mind by doing exercises, or you can just focus on your breath coming in and out. So our intention during this practice is to bring back our attention to the breath. Whenever our intention goes, we just bring it back to the breath. We're gonna stay in poses for longer time. We will hold poses between 3 to 5 minutes each time. And it's normal that our mind is just gonna go away. We will feel weird sensations in our body. We will feel very impatient, maybe bored. The important thing is that at one point we just bring the intention back to the breath, and we will realize that if we don't react to these feelings, they will go away because they're impermanent. And it's our reaction then feed constantly these behaviors, these very automatic, autopilot behaviors that we have. So let's begin by coming on our hands and knees. We're gonna warm up the spine. Inhale, look up, and exhale, round the spine. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. And go back to neutral. And now look towards your right hip. And lengthen the left side. And exhale, go back to the center. Inhale, twist towards the left side. Lengthen the right side. Exhale, back to the center. And again, inhale. And exhale. And now we're warming up. Keep going in this movement. We're just warming up the spine in all the direction. So we did the extension and flexion, and now we're doing lateral extension. One last time each side, and go back to the center. Plant the left hand down. Inhale, open the right side. And exhale here. Inhale and exhale, switch side. Inhale, open the left side. And exhale. Inhale and switch side. And go on, following your own rhythm. Maybe you want an opening by exhaling. One last time each side. And back to the center. And now slide the right knee towards your right wrist. Bring the shin parallel to the mat and sit down. Your legs are squared in front of you. This is our first yin pose. This is a highest one. So we're gonna start from here and find your first edge. And just go where your body finds the first resistance. So don't go all the way down. Let your body open up into the pose. I'm gonna start the timer. So the first principle of Yin Yoga is to find your edge. Maybe from here you wanna come on your forearms. You can rest your neck on your hands if you want to. You can just let it go down. And eventually, if your hips are very open, you can start stretching the back leg. And you can even keep the knee pointing to the left. It doesn't have to go all the way down. Remember, this is not pigeon. Normally, when we practice pigeon in other classes, our hips need to be squared. We are engaging our muscles. We just want to relax into this pose and let the hips, one is going to extend and one is going to flex. Maybe you can come all the way down. But remember, one is just the direction. It's not your angle. Your goal for the pose is to feel something. And if you are less flexible, if you are tight, you just need to stop before to feel. And that's just as it is. Now, if you're cursed with being flexible, you need to go very deep into a pose in order to feel something. Make sure that all the muscles are relaxed. Your eyes are closed. And keep the attention to your nose, to the air coming in and out. If you find your mind very agitated, if you just stop working, you're rushed into yoga, just keep bringing back the attention to your breath. That's your anchor to the present moment. If your mind is calm, you can start focusing on the sensation in your body. And so something I forgot to mention, we women tend to always keep our hair tight the whole day. And that's a good opportunity during yin to release your hair and let your head relax. We always keep it tight in a ponytail. Yin is about freedom and keep the body loose. Also, having baggy pants instead of tight leggings can help. That's the beauty of being at home. You can practice as loose as possible. You can have like a huge t-shirt on instead of like a cute little top that is very tight. But this could be for next time. It doesn't really matter. If your body opened up enough, you might want to move your upper body on top of your right knee and have an increased stretch. Or you want to move your shin, your right shin, more parallel into the mat. But remember, when you start engaging the muscles, it means that you went over your possibility. You're almost there. And slowly push the mat away. Come up. Bring the left leg to the front. And stretch both legs in front of you. Some people just want to stay still and enjoy the rebound of the pose. Or you want to might add some movement, some windshield. Bring the knees to the left or to the right. Maybe go into a nice reverse bridge. And back down. Extend the right leg and bend the left one. We're gonna do a twist towards the left side. So inhale, and with the exhalation we twist. But remember, we're gonna go into a gentle twist, not into an Ashtanga twist where we look back. Keep the chin parallel to your chest. If you want, you can always hook your elbows on the outer side of your leg, but keep it gentle. If your back is very curved, support your hips higher so that your twist is happening on the upper back and not on your lower back. I mean, it also happens a bit on your lower back, but mainly on your upper back. And release, and let's go into a counter twist. Let's just twist on the other side. And remember to breathe full capacity. And release. Let's go back on our hands and knees. Let's do just one round of cat and cow. So inhale, arch your back and look up. Exhale, round your back and look down. And this time, slide your left knee towards your left wrist. And let's go on the other side of swan. And like before, find your first edge. Let your body open. When you're ready, maybe you want to come on your forearms. Or if you have very open hips, you can come all the way down directly. Maybe rest your forehead on your hands. And the last option is to slide the back leg and go where you feel something. So the first principle we went through in the previous pose, which is finding your edge. A position that allows you to feel sensations. And the second principle of Yin Yoga is to find stillness. Find stillness in your edge. But this is a yin stillness. It's not in a yang stillness, no matter what we want to move. There are two reasons why we want to move in a yin pose. The first reason is when we don't feel enough. So if you find your mind keep wandering away, or if you don't feel any sensation, if your hips, for example, in a couple of yin classes didn't open at all, that means that you're not going enough yet. It's not wrong, but we do want to see a couple of results sooner or later. So when we don't feel enough, we go further into a pose. The other reason why we don't stay still is when we feel pain. But pain is not discomfort. Discomfort is good. Pain is bad. So if you feel a sharp sensation, if you feel tingling, that means that you might be pinching a nerve, and you don't want to pinch a nerve. For the rest, find the stillness and observe your mind while being still. The more your body is still, the easier it is for your mind to become still as well. And the third principle of Yin Yoga is to stay for time. And that's something I will mind for you during class. We need to stay for time because it takes time for our deeper connective tissue to mold and to change. And slowly push yourself up by keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Bring the right leg in front and extend both legs in front of you. Stay still for a moment. Just feel how it feels on your body. Then do any movement that feels good right now. Now we're gonna do the other knee, so extend the left leg in front of you, bend the right knee, and we're gonna twist. And release, and let's go into a counter twist. And release. Let's go back in our hands and knees. From here, you might even want to go into a downward facing dog. It feels actually so good. And come back down. We're gonna go into thread the needle. So keep your left hand to the ground. Inhale, open the right side. And exhale, slide the hand underneath till your right shoulder is on the ground. In your left hand, you can keep it where it is and gently push to increase the stretch. Or if you want, you can slide it in front of you. You can bring it up. And now you're targeting more the shoulder. You can also bring the palm of your hand on your sacrum. And again, find stillness into the pose. And slowly open your right arm back and slide the right hand, the right foot, extend the right foot. And you can open a bit the left foot so that you can help to stabilize it. Yes, exactly, like this. And from here, you can bring the hand above your head. Feel a nice stretch on the right side of your body. You can bring the hands above and open it to feel a nice stretch on your chest. And with the exhalation, we come up and we just bend on the other side. Now bring both hands to the ground and bring the right leg between your arms. We're gonna go into our dragon sequence. So from here, you can start making the different adjustments. Starting from the front leg, if you feel a pinch on your hip, you might want to place something like a towel, something here, or like a double t-shirt, so that your hips will avoid touching each other. You will not feel a pinch. So the first pose is gonna be a dragon, medium dragon, and we're gonna rest our upper body on our leg. But so for some people, this is not accessible. So you can move the leg on your armpit, on your right armpit. If your if your back knee is bothering you, you can either lift it up and place a block underneath your shin so that the knee doesn't even touch the ground, or you can even try to lift your back leg. This is gonna have an increased stretch on your left quad, but your femur is gonna have a rotation in your knee, and therefore it's not your patella on the ground that bothers you. Otherwise, you can always double bat place another pad on your mat. And from here again, we're gonna find stillness into the pose. This is our first pose in the dragon sequence. And from here, we're gonna prop ourselves higher with our torso. So if you have two blocks, this is a good occasion to use them. You want to have your spine straight. If you don't have blocks, that's also fine. You can press with your palms your knee away, and this will increase the stretch in your back and have a kind of a back bend. But if this is not accessible, if you're too tired today, you're menstruating maybe, and your energy is very low, you can always stay into the first variation. The more you want to increase the pose, you can bring the block back, just have a deeper back bend. I'm gonna stay into high dragon for only 1 minute. Feel your hips. And slowly from here, go back into the first variation. Open the right foot on the side and come all the way down. Your hands are straight first, but if it feels okay, you can come on your forearms. If you have blocks, you can always place your forearms on a couple of blocks. Anything that allows you to be still while your hips are marinating into dragon. And this is a awesome pose if you want to do a split. You know, it's very, very important to do a split in life. I'm joking. Doesn't really change anything, but I don't know. It's fun to work on certain poses. And if you want to improve your split, this is a great sequence to do it. Some people will never do a split just because their hips will not allow it. The last 30 seconds. You can always come up a bit and have a nice twist and push your right knee away. That's really nice. And slowly we come up. Very slowly, you might feel your hips very, very fragile. My knee just made a weird noise. And we sit back. We want to have our front leg straight. Well, we don't sit back actually. We want to bring your hips above your knees. And you can stay here. If you want to increase the stretch on your hamstring, you can just bring your hands further. And here you can keep staying there. If you want to challenge yourself and see the results, you can place 2 blocks and into your pelvic floor and see how is your split today. Today my split is not that good, honestly, but I can still remove 1 block. Yeah, oh wow, we got some really awesome splits here. Good job. We don't need to stay here long. And slowly we release. Woo. And push back into downward facing dog. Oh, that feels so good. Maybe you feel the hips that you just worked, how open it is compared to the other one. But don't worry, because what we do on one hip, we're gonna do it on the other one. So come back on your hands and knees. I'm gonna turn on the other side so that we can see me. And this time we're gonna, hold on. We did the, what side we did? We did the right side, so we need to do the left side. Okay. So let's, from here, do a couple of rounds of cat and cow. Keep confusing which side I do. And it's not because I think about it. So let's open the left side. And thread the needle. Bring the left shoulder into the ground. You can press with the right palm away. You can extend the arm above you. And you can even try to walk it on the left side, towards the left side of your body. And see how it feels. You can bring the hands, the arm up. Or place the palm on your lower back. And slowly bring the right hand back down. Push and open up the left side. Inhale here. Open the right leg. Pivot it out to give yourself stability and extend the left foot. And let's create a long line first to extend the left side of the body this time. Left arm goes up and open the chest. And push and come up. Slide the left arm and open the right side of the body. And exhale. Cartwheel both hands down and bring the left hip, the left foot between your hands this time. You want to bring the right knee a bit back in order to kind of sink your hips down. But if your hips tend to sink too much, if you feel certain pinches, again, you can try to back it off a bit by just bringing your right knee a bit closer. In this way, you won't go that further into the pose. Remember all the variation. If you feel a pinch here, you can always place something there. Did I close? No. Okay. If your knee hurt, you can either double pad the mat. You can try to lift your shin from the ground. You can lift your shin on a block as well. And let's go into the first pose. So you can rest your upper body on your thigh. Or you can bring your thigh on your underneath your armpit. Your head is relaxed. And find stillness. Resist the sensations of moving. And from here, we're gonna go into high dragon. So again, if you have blocks, you can use them, push back. Otherwise, bring the palms on your knee and gently arch your back. If that's too much, just stay on the first variation. And slowly release. Bring the hands inside. Move your left knee and your left foot closer to the edge. You can stay here. Maybe you want to come on your forearms. But again, find stillness. try to move consciously between one pose and the other. I know that sometimes you need to look at the screen because instructions might be confusing, but for the rest, just try to close your eyes. We have one more minute into this pose. If you want, you can open on the twist and push your left knee away from you. And from here, go back to the center and slowly push yourself into a half split. If you want to increase the stretch, you can always walk your hands further. And again, you can stay here and see how is the split on this side. You might not need blocks. This is my not that good side. Or maybe it's not too bad. See how it feels today. I'm gonna stay here for 10 minutes. No, I'm joking. And slowly release anything underneath. Go back into a half split. And bring the left foot back. Ooh, you can help it. And you can come into another downward facing dog. You might want to walk the dog. Move the head from one side to another. And when you're ready, come on your knees and hands. We're gonna go into our internal rotation of the hips, so our frog. So from here, if you have pillows, just bring them underneath your chest. Or I have blocks. I like to have blocks underneath my chest. And come where with your elbows where your hands are. So I'm emphasizing on this because a lot of people sit on their butt, but you want to have your hips above your knees. And from here, we're gonna start sliding the knees out. And you can keep your feet together if you want to have a less strong feeling. But if you want to increase the stretch, you can always open up your feet into a frog position. And then find the edge. And you can stop the edge by just putting more pillows underneath your chest. So it just takes a while to find this position. But put as many props as it allows you to not engage your muscles, because again, we're not targeting the muscles. I'm gonna stay here for quite a few time, not too long, but we want to find that sweet discomfort that allow us to stay here. And you will see that in a minute your body might open up and relax your forehead. If you are on your elbows, you can maybe relax your forehead on your wrist. You can place one fist on top of each other, relax your forehead there, or directly on the floor. In the Taoist tradition, in every 3 hours, more or less, we switch from a yang energy to a yin energy, back to yang, yin, and so on. But of course, during the day, we don't have time. Our society doesn't really allow us to rest. It's like, oh, it's my yin moment. Sorry, I need to lay down now. I need to take it easy. Doesn't really work like this. But in particular, when we wake up after lunch and before going to bed, tapping into our yin energy really help us with longevity, to have more energy during the day. That's why after lunch we are digesting, our energies go towards our intestine, our stomach. And we try to demand so much from our body. Our morning is our yin moment. That's where we are the most productive. You have the last minute here. This is quite a long held. It's 5 minutes long. And check that you're still feeling that you found the resistance in your body. And slowly prop yourself up into your elbows. Release blocks or pillow from underneath. And bring the hips forward and into the mat. And roll your femur in, back again. Bring the knees towards the ground. You can turn your head towards the left side and bring the left hip up. And enjoy this moment. And then switch side. Turn the cheek on the other side. And bring the right knee, bend the right knee. And slowly stretch both legs back. We're gonna go into our back bend in our spinal extension. So prop yourself on your elbows. Hold your elbows with your forearms and bring your forearms slightly forward, so not right underneath your shoulders. And from here you can open your forearms. And bring the tension to your lower back. And try to question yourself with what is stopping you into this pose. Do you feel tension or do you feel compression? Compression is when bones eat the bones. In this case, with our spinal processors, so those dent of the spine, they hit each other. And you can't really go further into the pose, otherwise you invite injury. So compression is good. It will stimulate osteoblast to produce more bone matter. And when we increase age, we tend to have our bone density decrease. It's good that we produced a lot of bones when we were young. And compression is good. And look at the example of the astronaut when they are in space and they lose a lot of bone density because they don't have gravity force. They create compression. And then they come back on Earth, and for a kind of few months they need assistance to walk to rebuild their bone density. Whereas tension is normally felt away in the opposite direction of the direction of the movement. So in this case, we might feel tension on our belly if we have tight muscles. If you have tight, I can't think about words. If you have tight abdominals, because I don't know, you work out a lot at the gym, you did a full abs workout, and your abdominals are very tight. But normally our spinal extension, our back bend, what is stopping you is because the bone hit the bone. And yoga will not change that, will not change the structure of your bones. It might help you with when you feel tension, but not when you feel compression. And for me, honestly, this realization was I don't know, it was very good. I always ask myself, like, oh, why I can go into a deep back bend. I've been training for so long, and that's really the only thing I want to do is to go into a deep back bend because then I can reach nirvana. But it's like, no, I will never get there. I will never reach nirvana because my bones don't allow me to do that. And I did hurt myself a couple of times because I tried to go further. And slowly push back into child pose. We round the spine in the opposite direction as a counter pose. And we're gonna come up. Gonna go into our last yin pose for the day, called saddle. So here you wanna have your pillows behind you. As many pillows as you can. And we're gonna sit on our heels. And then if our body allows it, we're gonna move our heels away and sit on the floor. You can always, yes, very good. And this is really good for our quad. And if this is like where your body needs to be today, just let it be there. Otherwise, you can start leaning back. You can help yourself with your hands. And again, you want to find the pillows behind you. That's why we have a lot of pillows. Of course, like some people can just go on the ground. I personally can't. I mean, I can, but then my muscle don't rest. And I want my muscle to be rested. I want to feel it in my hips. I might feel a nice stress, but it's not a pinch. It's not a painful stress on my knee. If you feel the back of your knee, you can always place something in between to create more space. Or if this pose is not accessible for you, you can always do one leg at a time. I'm gonna call halfway in case you decided to do one leg at a time. And if you're on pillows, just bring the palms out. Or as well on your belly, if you want to feel your breath, you can bring the palms on your belly, maybe one on your belly and one on your chest. And feel the belly rise, and then your chest. And for the last pose, again, make a tapas and try to resist any feeling of moving unless it's pain. And when your mind wanders away and you catch it, bring it back to your body. This is your hour of meditation. And when you're ready, prop yourself up into your elbows. Come back into a sitting position. And to come out of here, there are different ways. You can kind of use your muscle of your hands and just lift your butt and bring the legs in front of you. Stretch the legs in front of you and pause for a moment. See if there are any movements you want to do. Maybe you want to rotate your ankle. You want to flex and extend. Again, you might want to come into a reverse tabletop. And when you're ready, just keep the pillows where they are. We're gonna do our Shavasana on pillows. Bring the sole of your feet together, and you can keep them either close to you, to your pelvis, or a bit further apart. Further pushed, further away. And slowly again, come back on your elbows and lay down on your pillow structure for your final relaxation. If your hips now should be open enough, that keeping them open, it won't bother them. But if you have a couple of extra pillow, you can place them on the outer side of your hips. It will help them to kind of keep them up. You don't want to engage your muscles. If this is too much, you can always bend your knees and place the sole of your feet on the ground, or you can extend the legs. Palms are facing out. Your body is fully relaxed. All the muscles. And you can do a quick scan to make sure that the body is relaxed. Starting from the head and going down to the face. Make sure that all the muscle of the face are relaxed. Your tongue is relaxed. Your neck. Your right arm. Go down to your hand. Go back to the left arm, left shoulder. And move the attention towards your left hand. All the fingers are relaxed. Your chest. And move the tension down towards your belly. Your belly is relaxed. Stay here for a moment with your attention. Maybe bring your attention to your solar plexus, your diaphragm. That's where most of us carry a lot of anxieties. See if you can relax it a bit more. And keep going. Your genitals, relax your genitals. Your right leg, your hip, upper leg, your right knee, your lower leg, your left foot, right foot, and your left leg, your inner leg, outer leg, your left knee, your left leg. Now that the whole body is relaxed, you can keep scanning your body. You can bring the attention to your breath and stay there for the next 3 minutes. Push back your knees together and turn on one side. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Keeping your eyes still closed. Push yourself up. Just observe the echo of the practice in your body. Bring the hands in front of your heart. And thank yourself for having taken the time to reconnect with your body, your mind, and your soul. Namaste.